Fever. And the only prescription is more PacMan!
The game I chose today for this video is PacMan Fever on the GameCube, released in 2002 as a party game in the same vein as the Mario Party series, which was actually released a month after this one. It was developed by Mass Media Games, who would go on to make Mafia 3, which is probably the best gumbo pot stirring simulator you'll ever play, and unlike that puny Mario franchise, our character roster was loaded. You got Pac-Man, you got Miss Pac-Man, you got King Boomy, and the rest. Now, this game does differ quite a bit from the Mario Party series. In those games, the board is never linear and the only way to win is to collect as many stars or coins as possible. PacMan Fever is different, but I'm not sure if it's in the best ways. See, instead, this game is set up so that the first person to cross the finish line wins, even though on the way you can still get tokens from playing certain mini games and hitting certain spots on the board. However, upon playing it a few times, I found the overall game to take way too long. My first game, where the computer hilariously picked every character except either Being, took about an hour to complete, and not gonna lie, it was not the most engaging hour. For one, the fact that the tokens barely do shit to help you win is kind of frustrating, considering how many times you get them, and how many times you actually get to use them. When you hit this spot, you can choose to either get a raffle ticket to unlock games and other items at the very end to play separately, choose to move forward 2 squares, or even choose to send other characters back a few squares. Oh, by the way, I love how this animation of everyone retreating looks less like, "Aw, darn, I got sent back," and more like, "Oh my god, I just want to fucking go home and play Smash." So the only way you can really advance is if you do well in the mini games here, and they're kind of a mixed bag. For one, they give you the most vague instructions on how to play them. As an example, let's look at how to play this Go Fish game. Wow, thanks for clearing that up. Here I was gonna go see how many cakes I could bake. This easily could have been remedied by clearer instructions or, like Mario Part 4 did, a preview of what the game looks like or how it plays. And yeah, maybe only Mario Party did that, and maybe they didn't want to bite too much off it, but like, still, I kind of like knowing whether or not I suck at the game or if the game itself sucks. Okay, because that whole entire thing can fuck with you, especially if this is the first review for a video game you've written in more than 6 years and you don't want to fuck this up. I promise I'm a gamer, I swear. As for the other mini games, well, they're about 30, spread out across the 3 boards. 1 tropical, 1 sci-fi, and 1 medieval. Here's all the ones I wanted to highlight. Jungle Jog, a race where you have to jump over obstacles and tap A to run faster until you either run out of stamina or the game decides, hey, no, that's far enough. Tiki Shootout, control the most sensitive target in the history of gaming as you try to hit a board in the distance before the AI can. Just like Go Fish, if you miss by a pixel, it doesn't count. Balloon Blast, move your left stick around like a madman and pray to God none of these little things make it into the goal. Peer Pressure, tap A to blow as hard as this fucking game does. Spoiler, it's impossible. Disc Duel, the game that walked so that Tron Evolution could run. And then trip on its face, but that's another conversation. Honestly, this is one of the more fun mini games I came across. It's brainless, but it's a decent time. And Card Dash is also another really fun game. Collect fruit and experience cartoonishly janky physics that are still more functional than any of the crew games. With the medieval map, this is kind of where they got lazy though. For example, Fool's Hockey is literally the exact same thing as Balloon Blast, but with a medieval skin rather than a tropical one. Market Mall, literally just Tiki Shootout, but with a medieval skin instead of a tropical one. Cannon Tacto, okay, they're not even trying with these fucking names anymore, good lord. But yeah, regardless, it's a fun game, and it's actually one that they throw at you more than once. And yes, it is important to note that, because the other issue that I have is that the way the game cycles through mini games is very unbalanced, and it can pull up the exact same games frequently before pulling up a new one. Finally, and this is super nitpicky, but the music. Honestly, it might not have been too bad if they let the tracks play out for just a little bit longer. What's worse is that you can even hear the track looping back to the beginning. It's very frustrating to see a game have such sloppy audio though. Imagine how tired we are. Imagine how tired we are a bit.
Look what you've done.